Welcome, beautiful soul, and thank you for joining me today as we discuss what exactly is a soul contract. Do you believe some people come into your life for a specific purpose? As if they want you to learn valuable life lessons and help you move forward in your spiritual journey? We are all part of a great cosmic master plan, and our soul relationships are guided by spiritual laws, rules, and agreements. The more you learn to identify your soul contracts, the farther you will go on your spiritual journey. While the understanding of life may vary from person to person, we are all spiritual beings going through a human experience. Our souls exist and shine in the spiritual realm before we are born and after we die. Our soul's journey and our human experience is predetermined so that our soul can learn and grow during our time in the mortal realm. As our soul's journey as a human being is predecided, a soul contract is formed to determine which souls will become our family, friends, lovers, colleagues, and even rivals. And there isn't just one soul contract. As our soul is reborn and reincarnated multiple times, our soul goes through several soul contracts, which carefully drives our experiences, learning, and growth. But what exactly are soul contracts, and how do soul contracts work? Let's delve into the hidden truths of the spiritual realm so that we can understand our souls a little better. What is a soul contract? A soul contract is primarily an energy exchange between one or multiple souls that is governed by a binding spiritual agreement. It is an agreement that takes place on the spiritual and consciousness level of all souls. This agreement, which focuses on our experiences, decisions, and life events, is made before we are born as humans and is formed with other souls who will eventually be born as our family, friends, and loved ones. As different souls from our soul group can have a significant impact on different aspects of our human life and add aspects of our human life value to our spiritual journey, the agreement is made before we incarnate in our respectful new human body. During soul contracting, different members of soul families groups meet up to lay out the details of how the souls will help each other in the human realm. However, not every soul contract is based on love and positivity, as negative and painful experiences can also help in the growth of our soul. So all the challenges we face during our human life that help us learn crucial lessons and support our soul's journey are pre-planned during these agreements. Regardless, soul contracts are purely spiritual and have no physical representation or bindings. The terms of the agreement are established through communication between different souls of a soul group. How do soul contracts work? A soul contract is a blueprint of the human life your soul will live on planet Earth. We not only make this agreement with our soul family, but also with our spirit guides and higher consciousness as it determines what we will do as humans. What lessons, emotions, activities, and relationships we will experience while we are in the mortal realm. What is the origin of a soul contract? Well, before your birth as a human being on planet Earth, your soul gathers all its friends and companions from its soul group and conducts a divinely enigmatic meeting. These are the souls that you will meet during your time as a human being. Each and every soul, who will also be born as humans, will play a vital role in your human life to propel your inner growth. During the meeting with other souls, your spirit guide will also help you in making crucial decisions about the course of your human life, and will ask your soul to decide on which lessons it wants to learn from this life. Your spirit guide will suggest that your soul chooses the lessons it was unable to or failed to learn in previous lives, so that it promotes your soul's journey. Once it has been decided what lessons you will learn and which souls you will encounter during your human life, your soul is committed to the agreement and the soul contract is finalized. So as a human, if you seem to be experiencing the same types of challenges and encountering the same types of people, no matter how hard you try to overcome them, then it is a sign that your soul is trying to learn its lesson and fulfill its contract. Do you share a soul contract with a soulmate or a twin flame? Wondering how to find your soul contract? Here are a few things that you, as a soul contract, have with someone special. First, they feel very familiar to you. You experience a sense of familiarity when you encounter someone from your soul family, even when you've met them for the first time. Although you may or may not like them at first, your vibrational field will recognize their familiar energetic frequency because they play an important role in your soul's journey. One way or another, this person is an intrinsic part of your life and has a strong impact on you. Whether you love them or hate them, your everyday life is greatly influenced by them, and you instinctively feel a strong connection to them, either positively or negatively. They will encourage you to be your genuine self. When you're around them, you don't feel the compulsion to pretend to be something you are not. They make you feel comfortable enough to be your most authentic self around them and take off all those fake masks and filters that you use to hide your vulnerable, real self. You know they will not misunderstand you or judge you and will wholly accept you as you are. You feel safe when you are with them. They teach you valuable lessons. The main reason why we form soul contracts is because we can learn crucial life lessons during our life as a human being. It helps our soul to expand by paying off karmic debts. However, this becomes possible only when we learn crucial lessons with the help of our soul group. Whether through love or suffering, they will teach us to be stronger, independent, self-reliant, and to love ourselves. They will also help us to learn about our needs, motivations, passions, desires, and fears. They inspire you. Members of our soul family are dedicated to help us evolve and grow, as this is the purpose of one's soul contract. Hence, when you share a soul connection with someone, they will challenge you to leave your comfort zone, do what you are afraid to do, and reach your true potential. If they don't inspire you to be better, they will not be in a soul contract with you because they help you heal. One of the fundamental reasons we make soul contracts and are born as humans is to heal from unhealed trauma and emotional wounds from past lives. When we share a spiritual agreement with someone, they help us in stepping out of the darkness and heal ourselves from inside and finally find our inner light. They will either help you become conscious of the wounds you have or will directly or indirectly help you heal. This is one of the effects of the soul contracts. They guide you. A soulmate or twin flame will not only share a deep connection with you, they will also share their wisdom with you and point you towards the right direction. They will act as a mentor at times and help you realize uncomfortable truths about yourself. They will be your friend, philosopher, and a guide in the true sense. Here are some other signs of a soul contract that you need to look out for. You will feel obsessed about this person. You can feel the deep, intense connection in your gut. They will help you navigate through your path of self-fulfillment. You will be highly sensitive to what they say or how they behave with you. You will frequently dream about them and things you are scared of. You constantly break up with them and get back together repeatedly. You will tolerate abuse from them and will abuse them at times. You will have intense love for them and deeply care about them. They will increase your consciousness. They will help you realize your shadow self. You will share a connection that will transcend time and space because they will motivate you to connect with your soul. So why is a soul contract so important? A soul contract shows us what roles and functions we need to fulfill once we are born as a human being. In essence, then, our life is like a scripted soap opera, where our souls are the actors playing the characters as we live as human beings during our time here. During each episode of our human life, we learn new lessons and also help others with lessons we learned in previous episodes of this current life, or even in our previous life. There also may be certain lessons which we failed to learn during a current life or even our previous life. There may be lessons which we failed to learn during a certain episode in the past. But we will surely encounter that specific incomplete lesson in a future episode, unless we learn that lesson. Lessons in life will be repeated until they are learned. The entire objective of this spiritual soap opera is to help your soul, the actor, learn customized and important lessons through your human form, the character. This is why you are destined to meet certain people and have certain relationships, even though they may be extremely toxic and abusive. It's all part of the grand master plan to empower your soul to evolve. So all the challenges you face in your life, all the arguments you had while rushing to your office early in the morning, all the flirtatious looks you've had from the opposite or same sex, all the people you regret meeting, all the mistakes you wish you never did, are all part of this previously agreed upon positive and negative experience that makes your life a better one. Your existence has significant meaning and value, even if you may not feel that way right now. You are not just a random person moving from one challenge to another. You are a spiritual vessel helping your soul to evolve and grow so that it can reach its ultimate spiritual form. Every experience and interaction has value and purpose. Understanding the purpose of your soul contract and how it works will help you understand your own purpose and the purpose of the people in your life. You are not alone in this journey. You never were. No matter how lonely or isolated you may feel or how much you want to hide yourself from others to avoid pain, your family always has your back. Your spirit guides are always looking after you to make sure your soul stays the course and completes its journey successfully. And the best thing about a soul contract is that it never expires. And that is why, even years after relationships have ended, we can still feel a strong connection to them and can easily reignite the relationship when we reach out. That's the power of a soul group. That's the impact of a soul contract. So what are some different types of soul contracts? While we may like to believe that we only form soul contracts with our family, friends, and romantic partners, in reality, we can have a soul contract with anyone who can play an impactful role in our life and teach us something valuable. It can be the stranger you meet every morning on your way to work, your toxic coworker, the person you cheat on your spouse with, or even the old lady who gave you some life-changing advice years ago. The impact a person leaves on our life is more important than how long they stay in our life. So there can be different types of soul contracts, as it can exist in all types of relationships: family, romantic, platonic, and even toxic. Here are the most common types of soul contracts. Soul contract with your soulmate, a person with whom you have an immediate connection the moment you meet. A connection so strong that you are drawn to them in a way you have never experienced before. As this connection develops over time, you experience a love so deep, strong, and complex that you begin to doubt that you've ever truly loved anyone before. Your soulmate understands and connects with you in every way and on every level, which brings sense of peace, calmness, and happiness when you're around them. Soulmate contracts are perhaps the most special spiritual agreements, as it has the strongest impact on the soul's growth. Soulmate relationships are truly unique and can help you become the person that you are meant to be. We share a deep and intense connection with our soulmate who can stimulate our soul. These relationships hold a special place in our life, but they don't necessarily always last a lifetime. Soulmate relationships can feel like a roller coaster ride, full of intimacy, love, passion, and genuine connection. However, when these relationships end, it can break your heart and leave you emotionally scarred forever, still teaching you lessons that can change you and your life. However, a soulmate can be anyone and not just a romantic lover. It can be a parent, a sibling, a friend, or even a co-worker. Regardless, a soul contract with your soulmate will help you find your true self. You will help each other grow, overcome fears and mental boundaries, and explore new layers of your inner being. Although a soulmate relationship may not last a lifetime, it will fulfill the soul contract by helping you experience true love, teaching you to love yourself, and forcing you to grow, even when you don't want to. Once you have learned the lessons, the relationship will fade away, but may stay in your memories forever. Then there is the bump contract. Bump contracts are meant to take our life into a new direction. For instance, imagine you have certain plans for your future. Build your career in a certain field or get married to a specific person. Then along the way, just when everything seems to be perfect, you meet someone and your life takes a completely different turn, for better or for worse. Bump contracts add a bump in your spiritual path when we are veering away from our destiny and bring us back to our spiritual predetermined path. However, the people we share a bump soul contract with do not stay in our lives for too long, as they serve a specific purpose: course correction. They take us where we're supposed to be and leave us there forever. So it can be your boss who forces you to quit your job so that you can finally land your dream job, or it can be a seductive person you meet in a bar for whom you leave your fiancé. While the affair with the new person may be short-term, you eventually realize your fiancé wasn't the right person for you. We often meet these people randomly and only realize their vital role as they play in our lives years later when we are more experienced and mature. We realize how dramatically our life has changed just because of the one chance encounter. Bump contracts bring us into the correct path by jolting some spiritual sense into us. They remind us of our soul's true purpose. Then there's the twin flame contract, also known as twin souls. Twin flames are two different parts of the same soul. The soul contract shared by these twins is to complete each other and to help each other move forward on their spiritual path. This is why, when we meet our twin flame for the first time in our human life, we feel an instant and intense attraction towards each other. This feeling is often confused with love at first sight, but it runs much deeper than just physical attraction. The person you share your twin flame contract with will make you feel positive, energetic, and at peace when they are with you. They will understand you like no one else can, and you will share a unique and genuine connection with them. A twin flame relationship can be short-lived or may last a lifetime. Regardless, you will feel a strong connection with them, and you will be tied to them emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. While you may feel incomplete in their absence, you will feel whole when you are around them. However, just like soulmates, twin flames can be romantic partners, friends, or even siblings. When we meet a fulfilled twin flame contract, this can offer immense joy, inner peace, love, and bliss like you have never experienced before. But one should not confuse the passion of a twin flame connection with the obsession of unrequited love. Next is the karmic contract. This soul contract is a manifestation of unresolved karma from your past life. It is typically formed with a negative, abusive, and toxic individual, such as a toxic ex-partner or a rude boss or a mean friend. A karmic contract can end once you have learned the necessary lessons and you cut out that toxic person from your life. People who enter our lives to teach us life lessons based on our karma or past actions are called karmic partners, and this relationship is identified as a karmic soul contract. Surprisingly, karmic partners can also be considered as soulmates who came into our lives at different stages and unwittingly helped us to grow. They also help us realize our weaknesses and what we need to heal before their soul contract expires. Similar to other spiritual agreements, a karmic partner can be a romantic partner, a parent, a sibling, a friend, or even your boss. Regardless of what type of relationship it may be, it is rather important and intense. You can have a karmic contract with multiple people, as the universe will test you unless you learn the lesson it wants you to learn. When you pay your karmic debt, you will be free to cut such toxic people out of your life. Our soul contracts help to define the purpose of our life. Such spiritual agreements help us learn about our talents, shortcomings, life goals, and ascend our soul to the next level. Human life is like a school for our soul, and our soul contract is like the guidelines that make sure we pass the semester. It also allows us to build spiritual connections with other souls who are our soulmates and twin flames. It helps our soul learn more about humanity, unconditional love, empathy, compassion, and kindness. By understanding the physical world and experiencing human life, our soul becomes better prepared for its final spiritual journey to become united with the Supreme Being, the universe, the Source. However, our soul's journey through the physical world is not always full of love and positive lessons. Our souls travel through a lot of heartache, heartbreak, struggles, challenges, and emotional and physical pain and grief, all to learn the lessons our soul contracts have pre-decided for us. And all this love and pain drives us toward our life's true purpose, to create both positive and negative impacts on each other. Our soulmates, twin flames, and even karmic partners help us absorb and release positive and negative energies that add to our spiritual development and allow us to understand our talents and blessings. When we become aware of our inner self and our gifts, we can understand the purpose of our life and attract endless opportunities through loving energy. You can read your soul contract by accessing your Akashic Records, which is an energetic spiritual library of records containing all thoughts, emotions, intents, and events in the universe. This collection of records includes every experience of every single soul that ever existed in the past, present, and future. Accessing Akashic Records can help you learn everything about your soul, including your soul contract and future possibilities. Although anyone can access their own spiritual library, the process can be difficult and lengthy as it requires deep meditation. So, are soul contracts real? After all that has been said and done, let's ask the most basic question here. Should you believe in a soul contract? Unless you are really into spirituality, it can be rather challenging for someone to believe in such spiritual agreements. It is a non-physical contract that is formed in the spiritual realms and has no evidence in the human realm. So, it is perfectly normal for someone to not believe in the existence of a soul contract. However, if you are willing to take a leap of faith and believe in some sort of spirituality, then you can benefit a lot from them. You can experience a real feeling of inner fulfillment, satisfaction, and peace. You can experience unconditional love, be the best version of yourself, and live a life that is in sync with your soul's journey. Not only will you live a happy and rewarding life, you will also become mentally and emotionally stronger and will be able to better deal with the challenges that life throws at you. Once you trust that the universe has your back and everything happens for a reason, you will have better control over your emotions and how you react to triggers. You will remain calm when facing obstacles and will be better relaxed in stressed situations. You will focus more on learning from bad experiences and shift to a more positive mindset. Believing in soul contracts will empower you to let go of negative thoughts, emotions, trauma, memories, and people. So, are soul contracts real? I don't know. But should you believe in them? Absolutely. You will live a happier and more fulfilling life. So go human to the best of your ability. And remember, you are never alone.